what's coming up here. 334-3000 is the number. The lines are open.
That's probably Gina.
That's probably Gina, your wife.
What's he doing on TV?
Yeah. First, I'd like to thank my sponsor, Rick's Towing out of Biglerville. Rick, thanks for bringing us back here live on race night one more week. Now, we were real busy this weekend, Tom, so we didn't line up a guest for this show. We've got an awful lot of stuff to cover, and this is your opportunity, the fans, to call in, voice your opinions on any topic we might bring up, or just want to hear yourself live on television, and you can't get through other times. This is the time to do it. We got one announcement here to send out, a special get well from the race night crew. Judy, a.k.a. Nanny Yingling, is in the Gettysburg Hospital. She went in this morning, and I'm sure she's there watching race night. So, Judy, if you get the message, get well.
Get better.
Get better. Get out there. We got to go to the races here this season yet. Let's see. Where do we want to start? Tell you what. Let's start with the Silver Springs Flea Market. That's coming up here Saturday morning. And of course, we'll be there bright and early. Generally, the one here in the springtime isn't quite as big as the one in the fall, but there's still an awful lot of stuff up there for sale, and I'm sure there'll be a story or two flying around at Silver Springs. So
there's always something shooting around up there.
So we'll be up there bright and early on Saturday morning for Silver Springs Flea Market. Of course, the Lincoln Speedway opening race, the Icebreaker, is going to be taking place at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. That'll be the 410 Sprint cars and the Thunder cars in their new and improved pit area. Were you by that?
I didn't see it yet.
Man, that's awesome.
Just the pictures.
That is awesome. The fans are going to love Lincoln Speedway this year because they're going to be able to sit up in the grandstands, not have to look over those huge high trailers and everybody stand on top of them yet. They'll be able to see the backstretch.
Those video guys will have a great view of the whole track now.
The video guys will be down there. Yeah, you'll be able to just stand in the middle and pivot around.
Pivot around and get everything.
Yep, get good and dizzy. You'll probably be burying little holes in the infield from spinning around. We'll get you one of those cameras that Neil was talking about that just rolls around.
Roll around.
Yeah, that would work. Lincoln Speedway is going to be pretty neat this year. The asphalt in the back ought to be a big help for the sprint guys. No more crawling around the dirt. Hopefully, sometime they can get the same thing accomplished for the Thundercar guys as well. The only thing I'm not sure about, and I guess we'll just have to see, and maybe somebody else has thoughts on this, but how easy it's going to be to even push those sprint cars around on the blacktop. 16, 17 inches of stagger, locked rear.
Yeah.
How's that going to want to turn? I don't know. It might not be too bad, I guess, if you're always turning left. I don't know.
I think going out, you have to turn right, though.
Yeah, that's the only problem. So I'm not sure. I'm sure it's been thought out, but I don't know. It just kind of makes me wonder. But I'll be up there Saturday for sure to check this thing out and see how it's
we'll find
see
out.
how the whole thing works. But for the fans, it's going to be great. It's just absolutely going to be wonderful. Well, of course, then Sunday, Williams Grove Speedway opens up at 2 p.m. That's their beginning day. Now, the only thing they're running up there is the 410 sprint cars. So it'll be a shorter program at Williams Grove for the first, I think, 3 weeks or something like that before they go to the night, 3 or 4 races before they go to the nighttime programs. More sprint car racing out of Florida. East Bay Nationals finished up Saturday, I guess it was, and I've got some results. Now, there was racing going on down there for the past couple weeks down in Florida at different tracks. I just grabbed the ones here from Friday and Saturday night. Paul McMahon won Friday night's feature down at East Bay, which was an all-star sanctioned event. That was worth around $4,000. $4,000 to Paul McMahon on Friday night. Saturday night comes back, and Tim Schaefer was on the pole and took the thing flag to flag, 50 laps. Largest payday of his career, $26,000 is what Tim Schaefer got for the 50-lap win down at the 26th Annual East Bay Winter Nationals. And Johnny Magnuson Jr., although didn't make out probably quite as well as what he wanted to down there, but Johnny Magnuson Jr. won the wheelie contest.
All right.
Yeah, he copped $1,000 for that. Congratulations to Johnny. Now, this is something I haven't seen, but I've heard about.
I've never heard about it.
Yeah, they bring the sprint cars out. I heard out Lernerville, they were talking about it. They do it out there every once in a while. It sounds like, I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Through here.
Yeah, it sounds like the Union soldiers are coming in the back door here.
Get your musket up.
Yeah, get the musket out. The British are coming. Oh, wait a minute, wrong war.
Yeah, wrong racing.
Racing, that's right. Johnny Magnuson Jr. won this wheelie contest, and from what I understand, they bring the sprint cars out on a straightaway, and I think it's whoever holds the front wheels up the longest, and I guess the highest or the most spectacular. Or, I'm not sure what it is.
I should be down there getting that.
If anybody was down in Florida and is watching this, give us a call. Let us know how these wheelie contests work. It's something neat. I'd like to see some of them around here. I don't know if it's hard on equipment or I have no idea. It just looked cool. I got a picture off of hoseheads.com. They had a picture of it there, and actually I clicked it on and made wallpaper for Kim's computer at the house.
There goes the computer.
Yeah, my wife, she's a Johnny Magnuson fan, so she come home and I said, hey, look what I did for you here. It's got this picture of this car with a little dirt trail coming out where the rear bumper was dragging. But that was pretty neat. Pretty neat deal for that. And I thought I had the points here, the actual final point standings from down there from the whole weekend, but I don't. But rundown for the A-Main on Saturday night, 50-lapper, Tim Schaefer, of course, finished first. Lance Deweese, Chad Kemeth, Paul McMahon, Danny Lasowski, and Gary Wright. Fred Raymer was there in 8th. Stevie Smith was 9th. Tyler Walker 10th. Let's see, that was about, Hodnett was back there at 26th, I guess. So there was a fair amount of guys from up here at, in what we call around this area that went down there in Florida, but it'll be good to see them back here racing next weekend.
Definitely.
Locally, can't wait to get moving on that. Daytona 500 on Sunday. Now, I didn't see this thing. We were up at Motorama. I did see it when I got home. I watched it, and of course you said you watched it on the tape. It's not the same watching it on tape as it is live.
No.
It never is, especially since you know who won. But
right, ahead of time.
Ward Burton, of course, picked up the win at the Daytona 500 in an exciting...
Certainly was a good finish if you didn't.
Yeah.
Watching on tape might have been different, but I was sitting there watching it. It was an exciting ending. We ought to be able to get some phone calls on this too. We need some opinions here on a few of the little pushing matches that happened there at the end, and I guess halfway through or so, or over halfway, there was some pushing and shoving going on. 334-3000 is the number. The phone rang there at the beginning of the show, so I'm assuming it's working. I guess.
And we need your help here, folks, because
we need some
here.
Opinions.
Right, we're here. This is your show tonight. Ward Burton picked up the win. Sterling Marlin got out of his car. I don't quite understand. Well,
no, I know what the story. I mean, he said that he saw Earnhardt do it some years ago, and he thought it was okay because Earnhardt did it. Well, I think that the commentators basically said, well, I don't think he necessarily did that. All Earnhardt did is reach out and wipe off his windshield with his hand. That's what they said they remember happening. They don't remember him getting out and pretending to look at his fender like this. So I'm not,
knowing that there was blue smoke rolling off of it before he stopped.
Of course, he had a big smile and kind of laughed afterwards, so he knows what's going on.
Let's
we got
take
a phone call.
Sure.
Welcome to Race Night. You're on the air. What do you think?
Yeah, just tuned in. What's your name, by the way?
Tom Neth.
Tom. Okay. He's going to know who's going to win the Grove opener. The same guy that won last year.
Oh, boy.
Come on now. Come on, Scott. You know who my buddy is.
Mr. Dry Slick himself.
Oh, man. You're hitting. Who is it?
Yep, Donnie Kreitz.
Yes, he won the opener, and he's going to do it this year again. Are you going up?
Oh,
to be honest with you, I wait till April. The weather warms up.
No, Carl, I'll be there. I'll be there.
I'm a diehard fan too, but I just don't want to catch pneumonia. I don't want to catch a cold because I don't know. I just don't want to stand out there. I looked at the forecast for Sunday, and they're calling for like snow flurries in the 30s.
Is it really? I was even afraid to look at the forecast yet, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm kind of anxious. You know, Scott, do you think they'll get the cars this year?
You know, I think they will be.
Because it just seems like, as I talked to you months back, it just seems like the 410s are going down. I mean, on the average, they're lucky to get maybe 27 cars.
Yeah, and I tell you, that's directly due to the money factor.
And as you know, I watched them back in the 60s and 70s, and they used to have 40 in the field.
Right, and if you look at some of the 358 fields that they're getting now, Sealings Grove's been pulling a ton of cars up there on a regular program. I'm not quite sure how many, the Cars division, they usually have 30 couple that travel around with them. There's always a pretty decent field down at Lincoln Speedway on the nights when they run them. And that's your 358s. That's your 410 sprint cars of, say, back in maybe, I might be wrong, maybe back in the middle to early 80s, back when things weren't quite as expensive as they are today.
Scott, on the average, the 358s, at the Grove, what do they usually get, 35 or 40?
Yeah, 40 might be a high number, but yeah, definitely in the 30s.
And do you see, as the years go on, that's going to take away from the 410s, or are you always going to have 410s? Like right now on the average, it's 27 when I go to the Grove, and that's pitiful.
That is.
One race last year, I went to Lincoln, and there was only 18.
Lincoln, a lot of times you can go up and just, if you show up, you make the field, and and that it happens. And there was some 358 drivers that just ran with the 410s because they knew it was a shoe-in. They can do it, just to round out the field.
Now, as you know, the 410s pay a lot more money, right? And wouldn't it be better if, let's say, you finish 20th in a feature in the 410s, right? Supposed to finish in maybe 6th or 7th in the 358s. Don't they think that logically too? Since everybody's running towards the 358s, why not stay in the 410s, even though I'm going to finish 15th or 16th?
Right, and that's the mindset that some of these guys have. But you got to remember, these guys are racers, and these guys, when they go out, they want to be able to be competitive, and they want to be able to have a chance at maybe, picking up a checkered flag. It's really, it is about money, but when you get down to the nuts and bolts of the thing, these guys want to go out, and they want to race, and they want to be able to go out and be competitive. They don't want to have to go out and in 2 laps be getting lapped already. I think as long as there's money out there available, I think you'll have a 410 class.
It might not be a lot, but it'll be there.
It'll be there. You'll see some of the guys, maybe if times really get tough, now's not a good time to be out knocking on doors looking for money. The economy the way it is and everything, everybody's just a little bit on edge, and I can see them not wanting to shell out a whole bunch of bucks. Guys are still doing it, though. They're still going out. Steve Wilbur, I read an article, the Sportsman driver, just picked up Auto Locator as a sponsor for a couple-year deal. It's out there. You can do it. But
I hate to say this, but I think that Deweese and the 77 Al Hamilton, that's almost like the New York Yankees of racing. He's going to pull away with it. I mean, there's good drivers out there, and then there's great drivers, and he's great, and he's just a notch better than everybody else.
I tell you, Lance is going to be tough to beat. He's got there again, the best equipment out there at his access. So
what do you think Raymer will do in the 88 now? The one that Deweese drove.
I think that's not going to be a slouch team either. I mean, he's there again. He's got a guy behind him that's been in racing quite a long time. He's got the same motors that Lance has under the hood. He's got those Don Otts, and he's got just as much experience and know-how, and
And as you know, Lynn Paxton's record was 42 for years and years and years.
Yep.
And I read in Deweese is up to like 49 now, and he's only like, how old is he, in his 30s? My God, if this guy drives for another 20 years, nobody will ever catch him.
Right.
I truly believe that nobody will ever catch the man.
Right. He's going to be one to beat up there, that's for sure. But, you know, Fred's going to be tough, too.
You see that Lance Deweese eventually going somewhere else and driving, maybe like to stock cars or NASCAR, you know what I mean, higher up?
You know, I'm not sure. I've never had the opportunity to talk to him and find out what his inhibitions might be. You know, maybe if he wants to get into maybe like a Silver Cup or Silver Crown car or something like that, maybe try some asphalt. I don't know. I really don't know.
Just trying to get my time in because it's been a while since I called you. As you know, this is Carl, and I was with you for a long time, and then the months now I've been away because I've been doing stuff, so I finally I can catch you now, and it's just ironic because racing's starting to come up now. And I wanted to ask you what Stacy's doing.
She'll be back running the 358s this year.
Or is she going to run at the Grove?
Yeah, I believe she'll be up at the Grove. She'll definitely run the Lincoln shows. And I guess she's going to run some of the Cars shows also around the area, whenever they're, you know, around the track, Sealings Grove, or, you know, wherever they may be.
And as you know, I'm a big late model fan, and it's usually the end of April, but now they have it June the 7th because I looked at the schedule, and I'll be up there if I'm sick or whatever. Not, I'm going to make it up there because I love the late models, and they come once a year to the Grove. I wish they'd come a little more, like maybe 3 times, but this time it's a little later. Last year and the years past, it was the end of April. Now this year it's June the 7th.
Did you look on the last race of the year? I think they're definitely running the Thunder cars and the street stocks, and I think the late models were on that card also. It's like October the 13th or something like that, and then the day's going to be finished out with a 100-lap enduro race. I think I saw the late models on there, and I'm not sure if that's the limited lates from like Silver Springs and Hagerstown, or you know what late models that is. But you might want to look at that too for the very last race of the year, Carl.
Yeah, I will, Scott. I'll definitely do that. So maybe I can look at my schedule here, and then I'll call you back. Do you want me to notify that?
Sure. See if
I'll call you back in about 5 minutes if the lines aren't jammed up.
Okay, buddy.
Hey, your buddy there is doing pretty good there.
Thanks.
Hey, I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
Right.
Thanks for giving us a call here, Carl. Okay. Yeah, it's good to hear from Carl. I haven't heard
this is
from
a
him.
good show for him to call in.
Right. Heck yeah, we're just getting wound up here. And of course, yes, I knew he was a Donnie Kreitz fan. Up at the Grove, that's for sure. And of course, this is the time for Donnie. You know, he's got four races, I think it's 4 daytime races coming up here. Of course, there again, don't rule out Brooke Lively. He got his first win up to Grove last year during a daytime show. So there's a lot of guys out there that that could pick up that first win early in the season, hopefully get their momentum built up, and become a factor throughout the season. Back to Sterling Marlin, not knowing he was able to get out. You know, I'm thinking that he was probably figuring that he went down under the yellow line. He was in that yellow line gray area.
Right.
Okay. Were they going to penalize him for that or not? You don't know. The tire was rubbing the fender pretty good. The smoke was rolling out. Was it going to last another, what they have, 3 laps to go or something? Was that going to hold? Chances are he probably would have had to duck into the pits anyway. So why not just try it?
Give it a try.
Right.
You're not going to lose it. They can only put you at the end of the line one time.
Yeah, that's what they set up on there.
That's all they can do. So
you know, what do you got to lose if you're already going to the back? You know, it's so, and of course I can, you know, he might be the type of guy that wouldn't allude to that.
Well, the yellow line thing, they didn't turn out to be a penalty, I don't think either.
No.
They said that when he passed Gordon, he wasn't below the yellow line at the time.
It was too.
So he didn't better himself while he was below the yellow line. He had moved up before he had passed Gordon.
Right.
So I guess they said that, you know, that didn't matter. But you know, he did have to duck. He had to deal with that fender. He knew it was.
Was that in light of they already knew he got out in the track? Are we going to nail him for this? We're going to nail him for that.
Well, that might have been too.
It's neat.
All right, we got
Let's take
another call. Welcome to race night.
Hey, Tommy.
Hey, oh no.
Hey, there's going to be some people that want figure-8 cars at our sale March the 16th at Yingling's Equipment.
There you go, folks. If you're looking to get into the figure eights, we got good deals going on down there at Yingling's Equipment.
Public sale.
Public sale. There you go. You can
got
pick
it.
up a nice brand new used tore up car to race in the figure eight.
That's right. You got a couple of them down there, bud.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, that was March the 16th down the Tawnytown Road.
Yeah.
Down at Yingling's.
You
Yingling's
can't miss
Equipment.
it. Can't miss it.
Quality used parts.
You know it. Tractors too. So if you have a tractor, you can get those parts down there also.
Okay, bud. Well, hey, thanks for giving us a call and letting these guys know where they can pick up some, and actually figure-8 cars and/or junk cars.
Yeah.
You know, for the junk car class, they'd work for that too. So, thanks for giving us a call, bud.
Bye, boys.
We'll see you.
See ya. And we got the phones ringing.
Oh, now they're-
What are your thoughts? Now, here's what I'm thinking. The past, a few times last year, they got towards the end of the NASCAR race, something would happen with the last couple laps to go, and they'd red flag the thing just so it would finish under green. Why not make it? And I think it was like, I don't know if it's ASA or one of those, where you got to run the last 10 laps under green.
Right.
Cautions don't count. That would
Right.
solve this whole problem,
ASA does that.
wouldn't it? I would think. We'll take a call.
Carl, you're back.
Yeah, yes I am. Yeah, Scott, that's October the 13th, and it is the late models. I didn't catch that, so I guess 2 times this year.
Right.
June 7th and October 13th.
Right. Now, I don't know if that's the super late models or the limiteds, but hey, late models at the Grove are late models at the Grove.
Look at that. We're stepping up the facts here on the show this
Right.
year.
Yep, that's
The ones
great.
that run in Hagerstown. So
Okay.
I'm kind of anxious. And I wanted to talk quickly here about NASCAR, too. My boy Jeff Gordon came in 9th.
Right. Yep.
So I guess he did cause his own accident. He admitted it.
Well, you know, I don't, and this was something we were going to talk about here a little bit too tonight, was this blocking factor. And, you know, NASCAR and television, excuse me, bring this thing up as something new. Well,
Yeah.
I've been going to the races for a long time, and I see blocking all the time. This
It's been
is not
around since
something
racing's
new.
been around, I
Right.
believe.
And my opinion on this whole blocking deal is everybody's car is the same width. You know, I mean, it's not like the guy in front of you has a wider car than you do.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
I hate to say this, but I was never a Dale Earnhardt fan.
Okay.
It seemed like he used to crash a lot of people into the walls, even when he drove the blue and yellow Wrangler number 3, and it just seems like it came back to haunt him, and it just seems like he tried to block out for his son, who he thought was going to win the race, and it just happened to cost him his life.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately,
That's what I truly believe. I know some people might disagree, but I truly believe that he tried to block out for his son, and it just cost him his life.
unfortunately, when you start to block like that, you are taking a gamble, diving down in front of a car that's coming along faster than you. That's a gamble
Right.
because sometimes they can't always stop in time if they wanted to. So it's a gamble.
Yeah, it is, and it's too bad that it did happen.
Yeah.
But, hey, do you guys know where I can get a Jeff Gordon baseball cap?
Any of the NASCAR races, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, is there any malls around here?
I know there's a NASCAR store down in Frederick. Before you get into Frederick, there on the right, there's like a mall area. I don't know what it's called.
Do you think they'd have them down at Shank and Tittle at the mall?
There is one in Hanover, isn't there? Is there a
Yeah, there's a
NASCAR?
NASCAR shop in Hanover, the old S&H Green Stamp store.
Yeah,
Years ago, the old
They
S&H
should,
Green Stamp.
yeah, that's right.
They had
should
some
have,
NASCAR
they should
apparel
have
in
something in there.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
I'm not sure what the name of it is. It's the old S&H Green Stamp store down on Carlisle Street.
Yeah, I want
Isn't there a
one of
sporting
those for my
goods?
collection. So I wanted to call see if you guys knew where I could get one, because I've been looking around.
Yeah, locally here, you got me here locally right off
Yeah,
Anthem.
there isn't anything locally.
Yeah.
We don't have anything locally anymore.
But I know, I do like Jeff Gordon. He is a winner, and a lot of people hate winners. So
Well, they hate winners because, they're
jealousy.
well, no, it's not jealousy. They're actually a threat to their favorite driver.
That's right.
It's
Same thing with Raymer.
right.
They boo Raymer, but when the Outlaws are there, they cheer him.
What I will will say, as you know, I'm a Donnie Kreitz diehard fan. I got shirts and everything of him. But I will say, Lance Deweese does have my respect, and I don't hate the man. As you know, I was talking about him earlier, that he's going to go on, and probably nobody will ever catch the guy. And I have a lot of respect for him. He's a good driver. But Fred Ramer, I don't care for too much. He's the Dale Earnhardt of sprint cars, as far as I'm concerned, around here. I don't like Fred Ramer. I don't hate him, but I just don't like his driving.
Right. Lance and Fred both put on a great show, but there's one guy that I'd like to see up at Williams Grove, still getting the hunt, and I think he's still got a shot at it. The man from Mifflintown, Mr. Keith Kaufman.
Yes, Keith Kaufman, as you know, I've been going to the Grove for years, and I remember Keith Kaufman back in the 1970s. He used to tear up Port Royal. I think he still holds the record, or close to. Remember he drove the 33K, the red and white one?
I saw pictures of it, but I don't actually remember watching that one run.
Yeah, that guy's something else, for being like 50 years old. But I hate to say this, I think one of these times if Fred Ramer don't watch it, the same thing's going to happen to him that happened to Earnhardt. It's going to cost him his life. He's just too aggressive. He doesn't know when to back off.
These guys, that's racing. You get that in you, and
Yep.
that's that competitive drive. These guys don't go out there to run second, so
Yeah. Yep. Okay, see you guys.
Okay, Carl. Hey, thanks for giving us a call back on those dates. Then appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, the blocking bit. It's been going on. It'll continue to go on.
It's a gamble every
It's a
time you do
gamble.
it.
With the cars getting closer and closer now in NASCAR, I can see it being a little more evident, but it's not that it wasn't there before. It's just a little
Right.
more evident now. Indy cars, you see it.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys, they're really blocking.
That's a lot scarier looking than the NASCAR guys blocking.
In fact, there was, I believe it was, I don't know if it was Indy last year or one of those races, they were taking and, kind of talking to the guys about, the over excessive blocking, about racing them a little bit more. There again, that's what you have when you have mirrors.
Right. Well, that's what they're running now with NASCAR. Some of those guys
Right.
are running those little mirrors, and some of them don't think it's a good idea, I guess, because they're afraid they're going to dive down in front of them.
Right. I don't know. You need mirrors for safety. I agree with that, especially at the speeds those guys are driving. But, they are running a little bit
Or to
too
help
much
see
in
them
their
coming
mirror.
so you can stay out of the way. But
Right.
some of them use them for the wrong
But then
wrong
really,
thing.
let's put this thing on the other hand. You're leading the race. You got a shot at $1.362 million, and winning the Daytona 500
Is that worth a block or two?
versus
Maybe.
getting a measly $957,000.
Yeah, nothing.
I think I'd
Worth a
probably
block.
make that car pretty
Maybe
wide
one, yeah.
too.
Yeah, sure.
If it had to be.
Especially on the last lap or two.
Right. And of course, Elliott Sadler, who finished second, was probably real happy with that second because
Oh,
he
I'm sure
started
he was.
41st.
There's a lot of guys that are probably happy with where they finished. There's a lot
Right.
of younger guys finishing up top there.
Of course, Jeffrey Bodine, who was said at one time he probably wouldn't come back into racing. Struggled a little bit to get into a ride. Now finishes third in the Daytona 500. Any of these guys are winners. They really are, and they have that drive to win. And if it means throwing a block, then
Every once
they
in a
might.
while.
Even though if they weren't looking in the mirror, they just decided to choose
Yep.
that other lane just a little bit. And,
Well, they say they can somewhat hear someone coming, so I don't know.
yeah, I believe you can.
A little bit. We have another
We'll
call.
take a call.
Welcome to race night.
Hey, how you doing?
All right.
So what do you guys think about them mirrors?
The mirrors?
Yeah.
I think they ought to get rid of the mirrors on the left side.
Yeah, I agree with it. I think they suck.
Yeah, you probably ought to have some type of mirror up where the regular mirror would be. I don't really see a problem with that as long as it's not spanning the whole.
What would you be looking for, though, out of the right behind your car?
Well,
See who's banging into you?
Yeah, who's about ready to turn you around.
Well, that might
but
be.
You got to remember also that they got spotters.
Sure, yeah. Yep.
And the spotters are, if they're doing their job, they should be up there telling you.
Right.
Now there again, don't get me wrong, I've never driven one of these things, but there again, your spotters, should be the one telling you
Right.
who, what, where, what's going on behind you. That's part of his job. So I really don't think that we got to really start hanging mirrors all over the place.
Yeah,
when
I
he
think that
starts.
caused a lot of problems there Sunday with them mirrors. I really do.
I think more of them are misusing them for blocking instead of trying to use them to try to stay out of the way. Or
Yeah, exactly. I think if you got the power, just let the man go, right?
that's right. He's going to get you one way or the other, and maybe one way's better than the other. I don't know.
Right.
Let him go.
I just wanted your guys' opinion.
Yeah, I'm not real keen on mirrors. I'm really not. And I was always, and maybe that's why I'd never make a good NASCAR driver, but I always figured if you're going forward, you should be looking
Right.
forward.
Let the spotter deal with the rest of it.
That's my thought.
Yep.
But
Thank you.
okay, thanks for giving us a call.
Bye.
Look, I can work this phone better than Stacy can.
There you go. Of course, the quote-unquote blocking between Gordon and Harvick, of course, started either the 15, 16, or 17 car pileup, depends on which report you read or listen to. And let's see, it was Gordon and Sterling there towards the end.
Right.
Only in reverse, and it looked kind of like the same deal. Was it blocking, or did they just move down a little too quick, or
Sterling got a little bit of a run on Gordon, and that's
Right.
what
But I don't know. I don't know.
You're talking
It's
that money though. Yeah, I don't know.
money and points. Tell you what, they're calling for a commercial break, so we'll take a commercial break here, and we'll get on a little bit more of the NASCAR subject topic, and then we'll go into what happened this past weekend. So we'll be right back after this short commercial message.
Battlefield Harley-Davidson Buell of Gettysburg is one of the largest Harley-Davidson dealers on the East Coast. Located on Route 30, just east of the Route 15 interchange, Battlefield Harley-Davidson Buell offers a great selection of genuine Harley-Davidson motor clothes for the entire family. Our men's department has everything he could want. Our Her Turn boutique specializes in petite to plus sizes, and our kids department really rocks. Thinking about accessorizing your bike this winter? The friendly and knowledgeable staff in the parts and accessories department can help you find the things you need to give your bike the look you want. Speaking of winter, it'll be here before you know it. Call now to reserve your space for winter bike storage. Coming in October, B-Rod, the newest addition to the Harley-Davidson family. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by today, or you can shop the Harley-Davidson Road Store by visiting our website, www.battlefieldharley-davidson.com. There's always something going on at Battlefield Harley-Davidson Buell of Gettysburg. For fine dining and lodging, it's the Her Tavern and Public House. Full-service restaurant serving lunch and dinner. And a 12-room bed and breakfast. Every Wednesday night is wing night. For superb food and spirits on Hers Ridge in Gettysburg, it's the Her Tavern and Public House. 900 Chambersburg Road, Gettysburg. The Gettysburg Area Retail Merchants Association invites you to visit the more than 150 unique and charming shops, restaurants, and art galleries located in downtown Gettysburg. From funky to fine, country to contemporary, historic to cutting edge, the shops, art galleries, and restaurants of downtown Gettysburg offer a wide variety of merchandise for locals and visitors alike. The Gettysburg Area Retail Merchants Association are proud sponsors of many events such as the Outdoor Antique Show in May and September, History Meets the Arts in April, and First Friday, Gettysburg style, on the first Friday of every month in April through December. We offer gift certificates that can be redeemed at over 40 downtown businesses. Our gift certificates are the perfect gift for any occasion and can be acquired at the Apple Tree, Kilwins, Just Jennifer, and T&S Menswear. Plan to visit the charming and unique shops, art galleries, and restaurants in beautiful downtown Gettysburg soon.
your car breaks down and you're all alone, who you gonna call? Rick's Towing. Rick's Towing, 24-hour towing and emergency service. Don't let car trouble spoil your day. Rick's Towing, they'll get you going.
Mama Ventura's fine Italian restaurant and lounge. We are Gettysburg's only true Italian restaurant specializing in your favorite Italian dinners and seafood. They also have the best pastas, subs, and pizzas in town. Join your friends for pool or darts in the lounge downstairs, with karaoke on Thursdays and Saturdays, and a DJ on Wednesdays and Sundays. NASCAR fans, check out the races on our huge 72-inch TV, the largest in Gettysburg. No reservations, first come, first serve. Mama Ventura's fine Italian restaurant and lounge, 13 Chambersburg Street, Gettysburg.
Just Jennifer Gallery has very cool stuff. Just Jennifer Gallery, located on 33 York Street in downtown Gettysburg. Just Jennifer Galleries has a wide selection of pottery, hand-blown glass, candles, and handcrafted silver jewelry from around the world. You can also find accent pieces for the home, antiques, rugs, and great gift ideas. Just Jennifer's represents over 40 artists, such as world-renowned Harley-Davidson artists Scott Jacobs and David Ewell, as well as Native American artist Raymond Yarbaugh of Santa Fe, New Mexico. Stop by Just Jennifer's on the first Friday of every month for First Friday, Gettysburg style. A new artist is featured every month and refreshments are served. Just Jennifer's. Very cool stuff, great prices.
We're back here live on race night, talking a little bit of NASCAR, talking a little bit about East Bay Florida Nationals. Taking your calls, 334-3000 is the number. We'll be here for about another 20 minutes yet. There was one thing that I missed reading here on my notes from East Bay. There again, if somebody was down there that can help us out about this, they were talking about high tide. And I'm just wondering how close this track is to the ocean if they're talking about high tide and they're worried about it. Go ahead and take this call. I want to find something in here that talked about that, and then ask a viewer that may have been down there at some point in time to tell us what's going on about the high tide.
Alrighty. Welcome to race night.
Hello. Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking about that blocking in NASCAR there on Sunday?
Uh-huh.
You know, the thing, I was just hearing as you guys talk, you know, when a guy, you know, before they threw the green flag here with Gordon and Sturdy out there in front, you know, it's got to be a lot in your mind. Because, you know, Jeff's thing about when the green flag is on, he's going to hit the gas and go. Well, you got 23 or 30 cars behind thinking the same thing.
Right.
So, you know, Sturdy made his move. You know, he's setting him up to go by him. So, actually, I don't see how these, you know, claim that they're being blocked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think well, there again, that's where these mirrors come into play. You know, there again, you have to really keep watching the replays to see if
They were
Gordon
both,
actually
it looked
did
like
come
they were
down,
both moving down.
If they were both moving down.
Yeah.
You know, Jeff was probably anticipating that. Maybe he anticipated a little too late.
Well, yeah, because once they're up to speed run, it's hard to get by the guy up front.
Right.
But see,
So
that's the thing,
he
you
knew
know,
it was
you got
coming.
that kind of speed, you know. I mean, when you look in the mirrors or whatever, what are you going to do? You know, you think, but the speed you're traveling, that could happen. You know what I mean? The time's not right all the time.
And Sterling can't stop on a dime, and things are happening so quick.
Yep.
Your reaction times are only so fast.
Right.
And they were using those little, what do they call it? Are they Kovacs mirrors?
Yeah.
The little round jobs?
Yeah,
You know,
something like
and do they have the little print? Objects may appear closer or further
I don't
away than
know
what
if it would fit.
How is that?
They're
You
about
know?
2 inches or something.
Yeah. You know, I'm sure that's got to distort your vision just a little bit.
That was just, you know, like I said, I heard you guys talking. It's just, you know, like I said, you know, a lot of guys got their minds on a lot of things there.
Well, it's easy for us to sit there on the couch and make the call, right? We're
Absolutely.
couch callers there, whatever you want to call
Absolutely.
us. That's easy to sit there, but when you're in there and you commit, you commit.
You know, like I say, you know, that blocking thing, I don't know. You know, like you said, Scott, it happens in sprint car just as well as it does with NASCAR.
Absolutely, and I've seen it.
I see it more in sprint car than I do NASCAR.
And you're right, sprint car, thunder car,
Yeah.
dirt track, you know, I've seen it time after time. Somebody may be running the high side that's leading, and the guy might be closing in on the low side the last lap. All of a sudden, the leader takes the low side. He protects that groove, and that's the smart thing you do. You have to. You know,
Yeah.
that's the same thing as blocking in my mind, but it happens. That's part of racing.
I do. Hey guys, I just thought so I didn't see hello to you, so I'll see you at the track, Scott, somewhere.
Okay, we'll be there.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
See ya.
Thanks.
And I'm still coughing up Motorama from this past weekend.
Get a little bit of.
Yeah, you folks, you're just going to have to bear with me.
Well, the announcer stands right down there in the front there, and as they go by,
Oh, just mouthful of dirt. But it's great. I'm ready to go racing now, believe me. I'm telling you.
you got a little in you.
Yeah, I got enough dirt in me. And I knew I couldn't find it. I should have highlighted
An
it.
instant replay is where you can get those hats.
Oh, instant replay down Hanover.
Down
That's
in
what-
Hanover, yep.
Okay.
Look them up, give them a call.
I,
We got another call. You keep looking.
go ahead. I'm keep looking.
Welcome to race night. What's on your mind tonight?
I was watching the show and I wanted to know where's Stacy.
She took the night off tonight.
Oh, okay.
You like looking at Stacy better than me?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Okay, I'm Steven.
Okay, Steven.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for giving us a call right here on race night.
Okay.
We'll see
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
You know, and I can't find it.
I think I remember you saying that one other time.
Yeah, but anyway, I tell you what, we're talking about going down to Florida next year. Yeah, down to East Bay. And I think we're going to start seriously planning that trip because, you know, to sit here and talk about a place I've never been is hard to do.
Yeah.
So I got to get down and check it out for myself. I think it'd be fun.
Talking about a place you've been.
Yeah. We got another call? We'll take
All
it.
right. Welcome to race night.
Hey, how you doing?
All right.
My name's Steve Failer. I work for the All-Stars. We got a TV show going in Ohio, and you want to talk about East Bay? Something about high tide, how close it is to the
Yes.
water. What do you want to know?
What's going on with that? They said something about looking down and is it turns 1 and 2?
They have to, like,
when
stop
high
the
tide
race
came
or
in,
something?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Okay, the track isn't really located that close to the water. Or it's about anywhere between a half and a mile away from the water.
Okay.
A highway and stuff there. There's a landfill, and everywhere around the area, it just sits real low. So when the high tide comes in, obviously the water level rises up and the moisture comes back to the track.
Oh, okay. So it's not like puddling and flooding in.
Oh, no,
not
it's
flooding,
like
just the
water running.
moisture.
The moisture just does come out.
But the moisture will come up out of the track and change the track conditions.
Actually, it makes the racing a little bit better during the feature because the cars take off the dirt and the wet dirt is underneath, the wet clay. They actually have a good surface at East Bay.
Well, that'll be interesting if you don't drive down there too often
Right.
to adjust for such a.
Boy, I'll say generally you
Thing.
adjust for a track drying out, not getting wetter.
The All-Stars also go to a track in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They have the same problem. It's just that it's not really a problem. The track just gets faster. When night goes, the track gets faster.
I guess if you're used
That
to
is-
it, you know how to adjust for that and take
Right.
care of. Well,
That's interesting. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad you called in and said about that. I had it here in one of the papers, and I don't remember. I don't know who it was, but they made mention of looking down at a particular turn. They always watch, or they always get up and look at the paper in the morning to see what time high tide come in,
Well,
and that makes sense.
yeah, the track doesn't dry out. It stays nice and it just gets faster. And some of the drivers don't like it because it narrows down the track because, you know, the fast cars, you want to stay on the cushion and it comes down and the track narrows out a little bit.
Right.
So some of the drivers don't like it, but a lot of the drivers do like it because they like to go fast.
sounds like it keeps the racing exciting too.
Right.
Instead of becoming a real slick track
Right.
where there's one groove up top along the
If
top.
you ever get a
cushion.
chance to go to East Bay, you'd like it because, like this year, we had plenty of cars. A lot of good guys didn't qualify. Steve Smith Jr. didn't qualify the one night, and since I work for the All-Stars, I was kind of happy that Dana Lasowski didn't win the money there.
I understand.
So,
Okay, Steve. Well, hey, thank you very much for giving us a call right here on Race Night. Appreciate it.
thank you.
Okay. Yeah. East Bay
That's
next
interesting.
year. Yeah. Get out the
get that on the schedule.
suntan lotion. Yeah. I'll be going. let's see. One thing here about the Daytona 500, the the ratings for NBC were at 10.9. I don't know what that is, because I don't know anything about television ratings. Believe it or not, of course, we don't have ratings
There's
here.
no ratings here.
So I don't know anything about ratings. I don't know if it's on a Richter scale or what it is. But they got a 10.9, NBC did, with 26 share. I don't know what 26 share is either. But apparently this is good because it's 9% jump from last year when it was broadcast on Fox. So
Well,
I
they
guess
said they
there's-
wanted to keep it simple this year and just
right.
take care of business and give a
Now,
good show.
nobody asked me if I watched it, so I don't really know where they get these numbers from. Did anybody ask you? I don't know where.
No,
I don't know where
no.
they get these numbers from. Anybody I've ever talked to never was asked what you watched the day before.
See, if they're missing people around here, they're missing a lot of good
Right.
advice.
So that could change the numbers.
Yeah.
But one thing that was interesting, and I heard some people up at work on Monday morning talking about it. They said, "Boy, I watched the Olympics and this and that, and I flipped back over to the NASCAR, that race car, and I don't watch racing that. I don't watch racing at all. But boy, that was kind of exciting. Especially that big crash. Did you see that big crash? And I'm thinking." That's what's
They want
bringing these
close racing.
They want close racing, but
Make
yet
it exciting, but then when they
get a
race close,
15-car pileup.
Yeah, and they don't like that.
New people into racing are just, they're excited and they're blown away by the spectacular crashes that they have.
but it seems like a tug of war.
Yeah, I
Either,
think-
if you have close racing, it can be exciting racing. It can be boring if there's no one shifting around, but it can be dangerous too because they're all tight together. But you can't have one without the other.
Right.
They're always trying to even them out.
And your new race fans coming into it want to see the crashes. And the people that have been race fans for a long time or involved in somehow in racing, of course, that's the last thing you want to see is a crash. But that's what makes it exciting.
Of course, it makes
catch-22.
makes for a good video.
Right. Yeah. We have another call.
Welcome to race night.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you
Good.
doing?
I'm just fine. How's Scott tonight?
Oh, I'm still coughing.
Good, good. Hey, this is Wayne Bull.
Well, hello, Wayne.
Yay.
Where have you been?
Been around.
Speaking of videos.
Yep. Just my thought on that last 3-lap deal at Daytona.
Okay.
It ain't so much the mirrors. Maybe a flagman should say nose to tail. And
Yeah.
when Jeff Gordon takes off and Sterling Martin holds back 4 car lengths,
Yeah.
and then 8 cars behind him, the crash happens.
Right.
Because he's trying to slow down to get the run on the leader.
Yeah, he was holding back. There's no doubt about that.
And how many times do you see a flagman wave to you and say nose to tail, nose to tail?
Right. That's an excellent point there, Wayne. And that was something I didn't have written down, but they also, on the subject of tail braking,
Right.
they call it tail braking. Sandbagging, whatever you want to call it.
There, Gordon did mention that, and he said something that I didn't think we were supposed to be doing that.
Right.
I don't know what the NASCAR rules exactly are on that. I guess you're not supposed to do it, but
And is that a discretionary call for the flagman?
sounds like it.
I don't know.
It's just something else that, and I agree with the mirror thing. The mirror thing does go too far.
Yeah.
They got enough to deal with, I think.
Yeah.
That's why the spotter's there.
Hey, speaking of Lincoln, while I'm on the subject, just going down, making some laps, maybe about 50, 60 laps a day. 4 of us were down there. 4 different cars, just running the track.
Did you learn anything new?
Yeah, I learned that anything, we're going to be okay Saturday night, nothing's going to fall off the race car.
Well, then that's good. That's a little bit more peace of mind you have going into Saturday then. That's
Right.
That's
Did you
great.
push your car around the pits to see how that'll work yet?
No, we were in the infield.
Now, I was going to say, what are your thoughts on this, Wayne?
My thoughts on this, I think it'll be fantastic for the fans. For me,
no
as a
doubt.
person who works there, and I'm a quarter mile away on the blacktop, I don't know what's going to happen, say flat tires or things that we do.
Yeah, Stacy asked me that question, I think this past weekend. We were talking about the track, and she said, well, are they going to give you, 2 laps for a flat, or
You
what's
need
going to
more
happen?
than 2 laps, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. That was an excellent question. I don't know.
Only thing I know is it's going to be probably a play-by-ear thing. See as it goes.
That is going to be
Better
tough.
take a lot of 4-wheelers and tires mounted up on the back. It'd be like going to an outlaw race race where you got to unload every night.
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, can you run a quarter of a mile with a right rear in one arm and a jack? And
Not this guy.
No, not me anymore either. Ain't going to happen. So things good?
Hey, things are going great.
Hey, about the big celebrity race.
How about that big celebrity race?
Didn't somebody come from the rear and win that thing?
Absolutely. Your 7th place starter and 2-time defending ARDC champion, Ray Bull, picked up the win at the celebrity race at Motorama over in Harrisburg on Friday evening.
So what do you think of that? You know that guy? He really went crazy through there.
Up there. Mom and Dad took care of everything. Yeah, I heard he kind of kicked butt.
Yeah, he did. He was quick.
Ray's pretty intelligent. There ain't no doubt.
Well, that's the difference that it made up there because it wasn't something you guys do every day. So racing smart was a good thing because there was a lot of oopsies up there, I guess. What do you call them?
You just gotta bide your time and pick a hole when you can get through it.
That's right.
There was a good bit of blocking going on, and and they weren't using
They
mirrors.
didn't have mirrors.
Yeah, they blocked once the car got up alongside of them. Then they went for the block.
Yeah, you didn't block the bull though.
No, the bull charges right on through.
You know it.
Right.
Well, it's nice talking base with you. And my little word for Carl. I haven't heard Carl for a long time, but maybe he'll call back in. But he's the guy that always likes nighttime racing. Loves nighttime, hates the daytime. But his favorite driver is a daytime driver.
Right, Mr. Dave.
Doesn't make no sense to me.
Mr. Dry Slick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, Wayne. Well, hey, thanks for giving us a call here, buddy. We'll see you on Saturday.
We'll do that.
Okay, man.
Bye.
Bye.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna jump onto this Motorama thing. We're running out of time.
Yeah, we
are. First, I'd like to send out a big thanks to John Crawl, the announcer at Trailway Speedway and also at Motorama. John, I know you're not watching because he can't get cable down in York, and I think he even works second shift. But anybody that knows John that's going to see him, tell him I said thanks right here on race night for letting me come up there and hang out and try my hand at announcing. I had a great time.
That was fun up there.
Yeah, I learned a lot. It's going to take a couple more years, to get up to his level. That's for sure.
Well, you learned that they weren't racing cars, right?
And I learned they weren't racing cars, and I learned that there's no pole position on motorcycles.
No.
I called out starting on the pole, and there's guys down the infield saying, "Where's the pole at?" They're
all lined up
in the
equally.
gates, So, you learn these things, but it's a lot of fun. I'd like to send a big thanks out to John, and of course the celebrity race went pretty well. Ray Bull, of course, taking the checkered. Corey Haas, Jason Covert, Dan Shetler, Dwayne Watson, Billy Bryan Jr., Craig Smith, Stacy Eastwood, and Anthony Selzy was rounded out your starting field of 9 drivers in the celebrity slingshot race. And a slingshot is like a little mini modified. Is what they looked like.
Go-kart with them.
Yeah, a go-kart with a little modified body
Right.
on it. That was pretty cool. Go ahead and we'll take his phone call.
Thanks to the Hostetters for
Yeah.
having us up there and helping out.
Yeah.
It was fun. Welcome to race night.
Oh yeah, this is Brian Walls. I can't be that long.
Did you ever pick up your car?
Busted.
We're gonna give that away again soon.
No.
Well, hey, what, a 2-month limit? What's on your mind?
I'll probably be up the street to get it.
Okay.
Well, I just wanted to ask guys who was going to Lincoln this Saturday.
Yes, sir, I will be.
Okay, now just tell me 2 drivers. Who do you think's going to win?
Man, you're putting me
They
on the
keep
spot
pushing you,
here.
don't they?
You really are. Man, I can think of 4.
I say 4.
Mike Walls.
Okay.
Got to throw that one in.
You got to throw in Nat Tuckey.
Yeah.
You got to throw in Dwayne Watson.
Yeah.
You got to throw in Steve Clayball. You never
Yep.
count him out.
Yep.
Can I go more than that?
Nope.
Mike Ziegler.
There's a lot of good guys.
There's another one.
Jerry Begelman.
No.
There was, and I had one other one there. Oh, Wagerman. Where's I don't know if he's going to be up for opening day. I don't know.
Don't know.
questionable.
But, you know, I can't, out of 6 right there, I just named off real quick.
Yeah, Trailways, that one that was a good race between him and Mikey.
Yeah, I mean, it's anybody's guess. It
They make
really
some
is.
good, that's why it's some exciting racing too.
Right.
Are
lot of good
you
guys.
guys going to have a Trailways movie on?
No. In fact, we're going to have an ARD or URC, a URC tape that Tom made from back June 8th of last year. That'll run about 15 minutes, and then we'll go to the Icebreaker from 1996 at Lincoln Speedway.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, bye.
Thanks for calling, man.
Welcome, bye.
Okay. Okay, we're out of time here, Tom, already.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about some of the things that happened up there at Motorama. Of course, all the neat arena cross, the trials competition, jump competition was really great on Sunday. The speed show, Miss Motorama, in fact, is out of Hanover now. I can't remember her name, but she resides in Hanover, so it's a possibility that we might be able to get Miss Motorama up here on race night, being that she's only
that's a good idea.
a couple minutes away.
There you
So
go.
we'll get together with old Diz Dean down there and see if we can't hook us up with her. Of course, if we get Diz on, she won't have a chance to say anything. So
That might be,
so we'll
a
have to work
problem.
something out there. Go-kart racing, remote control racing, RC racing.
If you didn't get to see it, you'll
Man,
still get to see it
You
here.
still get to see it right here on race night because Tom took about 3 hours worth of footage.
Yeah,
I don't know
about
how
3
you're going to
hours
squeeze
worth
that
of
into
footage.
the program, but we'll have a tape here on race night of Motorama 2002, and it was a great show, as you'll see in the upcoming weeks. Maybe we make even a 2-part tape out of it or something.
Yeah, that might work. We got a little bit of everything on there.
Got
I
a little
think.
bit of
Pretty
everything
much.
on there. So, and of course, plans are now being made for Motorama 2003. In fact, I think the dates are already picked for it. So,
In the new arena and everything.
yep, new arena and everything will be up and running. So, let's see. Next week, we're going to be doing some 358 racing right here on race night. So you'll want to stay tuned next week at 7 o'clock to see who we got on here. It's going to be talking 358s and see if they're ready for the season to get started. And we'll naturally recap what happens at the Icebreakers if we can get them in this weekend. So, Tom, I'd like to thanks for having you come tip. I'd like to thank
It's
you
easy for you to say.
Yeah, that's easy for me to say. Thanks for stopping in here and chatting with me and, of course, the fans out there in race night. Had a great time
fun.
tonight. And we'll see all you good folks right back here next week at Tuesday, 7 o'clock for another live edition of Race Night. Until then, thanks, everybody. See you at the races.